Hello, my name's Katrina and today I'll be doing my Viva Voce presentation. The school that I taught at is a primary school and the year that I taught is Year 5, Stage 3. My student's name is Anaya, that's her pseudonym name. She is 10 years old, her ethnicity is Indonesian and Chinese. She is interested in baking, making bracelets, gardening and playing video games. I would describe her personality as quiet and reserved. She is strong in particularly arts and creative activities. And in terms of her overall student learning performance, she is performing at a low basic standard across the expected Stage 3 curriculum outcomes for all KLAs, and she does not attend support classes outside of her regular class. She demonstrates capability but lacks confidence and intrinsic motivation in her learning, and she can become easily distracted and disengaged and withdrawn due to cognitive overload. Due to this, she sat towards the front near the teacher during explicit on-the-floor teaching, and she requires regular prompting to stay on task and close supervision to complete learning activities. She does not actively seek help due to her quiet nature. Unless prompted, she often experiences the feeling of being stuck as well on task when she is sent off to complete it independently. In terms of the next few weeks, what I have given her is 2 learning goals, and I would like her to develop her vocab development. And this includes having a greater confidence in using Tier 2 and Tier 3 vocab in writing tasks, and then also identifying unfamiliar words, exploring their meaning, and intentionally applying these words to enhance clarity, precision, and sophistication of written work. For goal 2, I would like her to increase her effort and confidence to participate in whole class and peer discussions, and develop a greater readiness to seek assistance when required to do so. So this is the first English Component B lesson on songlines, and just a little bit about this session. Anaya was chosen during whole class discussion, but she didn't participate because she claimed she was still thinking. And the worksheet that is towards the left-hand side was completed after explicit guided teaching and after the guided review of the Malaloo songline with myself. And I created the differentiated worksheet to break down the core lesson into 2 tasks for her to not experience the cognitive overload that she experiences usually. And the list slip attached to the worksheet is differentiated and highlights 2 success criteria points for her to focus on, whereas the whole class had 5 success criteria points for this lesson. In terms of her work, when I looked at the scaffolded worksheet, I could notice that she had a strong verbal summary of the Malaloo songline and was able to translate this in her writing. She was able to successfully complete task 1 on her own, which was the word matching activity, and it demonstrated that she was able to recognize and understand key vocab, which was required for future lessons. She was also able to construct coherent responses efficiently and able to draw knowledge from the explicit teaching session we had on the floor and then apply it to her written responses. In her written responses, she demonstrated that she can use correct sentence formation and accurately use words that suit the context and purpose. Drawing on Lesson 3, I'll be using the work that Anaya has produced as evidence to make professional judgments to inform my practice and for future planning of the following lessons. For Lesson 3, Anaya has demonstrated correct sentence structure and accurate use of vocab. She indicated that she was beginning to develop confidence in applying newly introduced words, and with the core task, because the core task was broken down and she was scaffolded through sentence starters, it was beneficial to see what Anaya was capable of producing. With her ability to produce strong, well-constructed sentences, I'll be using this understanding to continue the gradual release of responsibility with the goal of extending her from sentence construction to full paragraph writing. In the next lesson, Anaya will still be provided a scaffolded worksheet to boost her confidence, but upon completing her sentences, she will be required to combine them to form 2 cohesive paragraphs that align with the waggle example. I will also use an interactive peer-based activity to support her confidence and encourage her to work collaboratively with other people. Throughout the course of 6 weeks, I was able to notice immense growth in Anaya using Tier 2 and Tier 3 vocab with increasing precision, purpose, and sophistication when constructing sentences. She demonstrates consistent attempts to incorporate a wider range of vocabulary to develop her writing and add detail and clarity. In terms of participating in whole class and peer discussion, she actively participates in whole class and peer discussions. She voluntarily raises her hand to request to read passages out loud, and she contributes to whole class discussion. Overall, I see an increased confidence in her sharing her ideas. With my reflection, I have noticed that I have improved with designing and implementing targeted resources that meet the diverse learning needs within the classroom, and I am just overall more confident with scaffolding students' learning across a range of abilities. In my weekly reflections, I have observed noticeable growth in students' learning across all KLAs, as well as their increasing confidence in adapting to the changes I've introduced, which includes the new seating arrangements that I've organised, flexible groupings, and differentiated learning resources. As a teacher education student, I believe I have positively influenced student learning at an individual level within small group settings and across the whole class. In 2026, I would like to work on new professional learning goals. This includes supporting students from diverse linguistic, cultural, religious, and socio-economic backgrounds by designing and implementing effective teaching strategies which are responsive to all their learning needs. I would also like to manage challenging behaviour and be able to do so by setting clear expectations with students and addressing discipline issues in a prompt, fair, and respectful manner.